reminds me of the original theorem.
Yeah.
Just a little earlier.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a good ball, like out of the bag when you're balling on something a little bit more volume. I feel like.
Track's Theorem Solid is releasing on August 14th, and while not getting to drill this one hurts the soul that I actually don't even have, everything's an opportunity, so I'd like everyone to meet Trevor Baumgartner. I've mentioned the name several times before as the best lefty you've never heard of. Some of you have probably seen him on rare occasions in the house videos with Packy in a tournament vlog or something, but here's an official introduction. We are still, of course, at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas on the Kegel Chromium Challenge pattern. The graph is linked in the description if you would like to see the pattern details. Long story short on why I'm not in this video, I got a pinched nerve in my neck a couple weeks ago that spread down into my shoulders. Good news is that everything is fine now. I'm in great shape. I'm just waiting on some function and strength to return, so I'm going to be sidelined for a couple months. Trevor is an extremely competitive bowler, and while he hasn't dipped his toes into the PBA scene, it's not for a lack of success or ability. You can ask guys like Packy, Zach Wilkins, and Spencer Robarge, among many others. They'll all tell you he's legit, not just a house shot hero that throws it pretty. Well, you may say, okay, cool, but I can't throw it like that. I mean, who can? His abilities make it easier to test balls, to see the differences, and get a really clear idea on what a ball can or can't do and what they do or don't want to do. The way he approached this is he tried to get lined up where he felt the most comfortable first, then he began moving around and limit testing. I'll pop a graphic up when he gets to the sweet spot. The Theorem Solid is exactly what you'd expect it to be based on the original and the Pearl, but not necessarily based on what it looks like on paper. The Pearl and Hybrid were the same ingredients, just separated by Pearl and Hybrid cover types, but the Solid gets a different cover that I'd expected to be a serious wrinkle, but it doesn't seem like it is. Same MC squared asymmetric core, very low 247 RG, medium-high 046 differential, and a medium-high 017 int diff, so it's not a mild asim, but it's not the typical huge asim, at least from a diff and asymmetry perspective. Now, rather than the same HK22 prime response cover, the Solid gets the uber-strong HK22C super response cover from the Criterion Hybrid, which is the strongest shiny ball I've ever thrown. With the addition of cohesion and what I think is a stronger cover in super response, I expected this one to be a monster, but instead I think you can tell that it fits with the previous two Theorem line balls. The reaction shape, however, is virtually identical to the original Theorem rather than the Theorem Pearl. I thought it was pretty odd how the original was a very round, continuous shape, and just making that same ball a Pearl altered the shape fairly significantly to the hockey stick, hook set, more angular, directional look. The Solid is back to the rounder, more continuous shape of the original, or to more easily describe it, it's like an ASIM GB5 or Stealth Mode. Now, with this one being HK22C, no matter what other cover that's paired with, HK and cohesion mean strong and quick, so this is definitely sharper than just a straight-up ASIM GB5 or Stealth Mode would be. We're just describing shape here, not necessarily response. While this is still a stronger solid ASIM, it's not a big oil ball like a Mesmerize or a Paragon Shadow. It's still more the strong but usable type of reaction like the Black Widow line. I think that's the best way to describe the theorems in general. It's Track's version of the Black Widows. Trevor mentions later in the live com that he feels like this one is similar to the 3.0, just a bit cleaner with a bit more shape. It'll fit on medium to heavy volumes, on medium to long patterns of any difficulty, an exceptionally versatile ball. This ball definitely wants some angle, which isn't surprising. He tried playing a little straighter with it, and it just wasn't having it. It either overhooked or the speed he had to throw it to get it down the lane didn't give it enough time to pick up and get through the pins the right way. Now, anything third arrow and deeper was basically free. As he got ultra deep, he had to slow it down and rev it up a little bit more, but it did anything he asked it to do from deeper on the lane. The previous two theorems like to fly too, so for all intents and purposes, imagine a solid original theorem, and that's exactly what this ball is. If you can throw a Black Widow line ball, you can throw this one. It's as simple as that. Still the stronger and faster side, but still very throwable. It's cleaner and rounder for higher rev rates, but still pretty punchy, down lane for lower rev rates. It's going to be a lot of ball for slower speeds, but I think that's the only group it may struggle for. All rev rates should get along with this one, and it'll still be enough strength and shape for higher speeds, even if they don't have much rev rate to go along with it. Not only is it Black Widow level performance, it's also Black Widow price, coming in at $170 on Buller's Mart. Just not going to get a bigger bang for your buck at this level of ball. The Jackal Ghost is sneaky close at $175, but I think that's a legacy price type of thing. And SPI doesn't really have anything that's similar at the moment, but anything that's close, like an Ion Pro Solid, which is actually really close on reaction, just not on paper, is $200. The Attention Star S2 is cheaper, but it's not quite on this level either. Please make sure you hit the description before you get out of here. Lots of discount codes and helpful links and resources down there. I have 10% off code for CoolWick that's on the screen. They're the best jersey company out there. 10% off for the Premium Nexus backpack, journal, and other products. That's through a link in the description. An email address to get custom handcrafted items made from bowling balls. And I do have something interesting here that's new from Genesis. It's called Hyper Control Tape. It comes in strips or pads, and I call it Spider-Man tape because the idea is that you put it anywhere on your fingers or hands where you want more grip, maybe even on your forearm if you're two-handed. So if you typically have issues with slipping somewhere or just want extra grip, you might check this stuff out. The THEOREM Solid is a very high 2-ball or low 1-ball, depending on what you generally pack. It's not the big oil monster like I said, but it's right there underneath that. I've already talked plenty about what it compares to, so I won't belabor that point or repeat anything for the sake of the segment. It's a very plug-and-play ball that's exactly what you think it is. I think it's obvious this is an A+, too. I don't have any way to knock it because the THEOREM is a GOAT, and this is an earlier, smoother, stronger version. We have the history with the line to work with. We have what we're seeing to work with. This is as usable and versatile as a ball can possibly be. Asking it to do any more than it actually does is unfair. Now, obviously, Trevor is the kind of bowler that can make anything look good, but it was extra free with this ball. I'd really encourage you to stick around for the live comm to get a feel for Trevor as a bowler and what he sees. This won't be the last time you'll see him on the channel, and we had a great conversation that I think you'll really enjoy. You'll get both of our thoughts about what's going on in the moment and other things I didn't cover in the video. Members will get the full-length version for the entire conversation, and as always, if you have any comments or questions, drop them below.
I like how round it is at first.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot closer to like the original THEOREM than the THEOREM Pearl. The THEOREM Pearl was kind of a hook set,
Right.
hockey stick kind of ball.
I moved in a little bit there.
Yeah.
Not like substantial, but just a little bit more. Saw that a little better, I thought. She goes.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, you drilled a Mesmerize too, right?
Yep. Really mesmerized.
It should be. It shape's a little different, but it should be in Mesmerized territory as far as strength and boom.
I could see that. I feel like the Mesmerize, like just judging off of it too, like it's a touch earlier.
Uh-huh.
This seems to get through. The front's cleaner.
A little cleaner.
Yeah, cleaner. But it still has that round, good shape to it. You can see that one, like, it reminds me of the original THEOREM.
Yeah.
Just a little earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that right there is, when I first threw the original THEOREM, I was like, man, if they could just pick up just a foot sooner,
Yeah, if it was just a little more.
Yeah. Just a little earlier.
Sometimes it was a little clean.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good ball, like out of the bag when you're bowling on something a little bit more volume. I feel like.
And to start off with here, just going ahead and move around and kind of find where it looks best from, and then we'll do the move around thing.
Yeah. So just move and get lined up, basically?
Yeah, just basically get lined up and wherever it feels the best at, and then we just see what it looks like when you move around.
Yeah, because I feel like I could just keep going, honestly,
Yeah.
keep moving in.
Yeah, if you feel like you can keep moving in, just chase it until you find it.
Yeah. See, I moved 2 and 1 there. Wasn't anything big, but it just seemed like where I was a little trapped, you know?
It's a big move for a lefty.
Man, so if you feed it the right way,
Yeah.
she looks good.
Yeah.
So where I started before I moved the 2 and 1, I moved another 1 and 0
Okay.
since then.
This video was brought to you by Panda Bear Productions. We put the in bowling.